Hello 7th graders, I hope you're as excited for more circle time as I am. We're on lesson 6, session 2, which starts on page 103 in your book. And today we are using the relationship between we are developing using the relationship between a circle's circumference and diameter. So, let's take a moment here to review what is the diameter, what is the circumference, and what is pi. So if you recall, I hope you recall forever, the diameter of a circle is the distance right through the middle if you cut it in half. That's the diameter. So diameter halfway is the radius. So mark that as well. And then the distance all the way around the outside, that's the circumference. And then remember for pi, I'm going to put a note up here for pi, we're using 3.14 for pi. Pi goes on forever. We're just going to use the first 3 digits, 3.14. In fact, a reminder to you that since we are not using all of pi because it's not possible, that's why instead of the equal sign for circumference, you use the about symbol, which is the wiggly equal sign. Okay, I'll take those out. Those are distracting me. Okay, so our try it says, look at the circumference of each of the circles below. What do you think would be the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 1 centimeter? So each of those, for the circumference, what they've done is they've taken this diameter, this 2, this 3, this 4, this 5, and they've just multiplied it by pi. That's it. 3.14. So 2 times 3.14 is 6.28. 3 times 3.14 is 9.42, etc., 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 blah, 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 blah. So now we just have to do with 1. Well, what is 3.14 times 1? What's that going to be? Oh yeah, it doesn't change. Circumference is approximately 3.14. Simple, right? I hope, maybe, possibly. Now what did they do? Let's see. For model it, you can make a graph. This is a proportional relationship. Every inch of diameter, or every centimeter of diameter is another 3.14. So it is a proportional relationship, which we had done, what is it, last lesson? Last 5 lessons? Last 100 years? I don't know. You could graph it if you wanted to. Or you could if you take the diameter, or if you take the circumference of each and divide it by the diameter, you'll see you get pi every time. Because of the constant of proportionality is pi. Because circumference is diameter times pi. Some people write that as circumference is 2 pi radius. Because remember, the radius is halfway across, so you need 2 radii, to get a diameter. So they would do 2 radius instead of 1 diameter. Either way, I prefer to think of it this way. I think it's easier. Circumference is diameter times pi. Okay, number 1 down here. Each circumference is given using the symbol wiggly. The wiggly symbol. What does it mean about the circumferences? What is the approximate circumference of a circle with 1 centimeter diameter? Let's see, how can we phrase that in writing? Because we can't write all my blah blah blah. The circumferences are approximate because we rounded pi to 3.14. and I'll just put, I like to write it better. The circumference is 3.14 for a 1 diameter circle. Alright, look at the first model where they graphed it. And they're asking, why is this there? What's that about? Well, if we went back up here, we would see the circumference is 15.7 and our radius is 2.5, but we need to go the other half as well. 2.5 and 2.5 is 5. There's where that 5 comes from. Now, how do we put that in English? Whoa, don't escape me. How do we put that down here? What can we write? How about the diameter is 5 for that circle whose circumference is 15.7. I don't know why they put the point of the 70. I'm going to put just 7, neener. Okay. Number 3, look at the second model. What does the constant of proportionality tell you about the relationship between the circumference and diameter of a circle? Okay, well, the constant of proportionality is pi. So, how can we put that? The circumference of a circle is always about 3.14, aka pi, times the diameter of the circle. Number 4, the quotient, aka the fraction, aka the division problem, which is really the division answer. I don't like it when they call fractions quotients, even though it's technically correct. The quotient circumference divided by diameter is called pi. Pi represents a decimal that goes on forever without repeating. It does not have any repeat sequences in it. Use pi, the little simple pi, to write a formula for the circumference of a circle, which the circumference will have capital C. We like to use capitals for things like circumference, volume, area. We use capital letters for those. We know the diameter D. Circumference, and we said the circumference of a circle is always about pi times the diameter. So pi times the diameter. You could do it that way. You could do it that way. Either way is fine. Doesn't matter. Number 5. An exact circumference uses pi. To find an approximate circumference, you can use 3.14, so this is pi rounded to the 10 digits, or 22/7. That's the same number, one written as a decimal, one written as a fraction. So you could use either of those for pi. If you prefer to work with fractions, you can use the 22/7. What is the exact circumference for a circle with a diameter of 6 centimeters? Oi, let's see. So for the exact is, you would just put 6 times pi, because you can't math that out. It's too long. So that's how you'd write the exact. You just write 6 pi. The approximate where you would use the approximate, the approximations of pi, because those aren't exactly pi, it's pi rounded. So you would put approximate is either, that's 6 times 3.14 is 18.84, And yes, you can check your work with calculators at this stage, because I'd rather you focus on the circle stuff than the math stuff, the calculation stuff. Or 22 times 6 is 132 over 7. So those are approximations, because we had to round pi, because pi is too long to use. Okay, number 6 is for you to do. Think about all the models and strategies you've discussed today. Describe which thing that we discussed help you better understand how to find the circumference of a circle. Which part of this lesson made the most sense to you in finding the circumference of a circle? Pause, come back, we'll do some practice. Okay, you've done number 6. Number 7, the circumference of a circle, the exact circumference, is just 12 pi feet. What is the diameter? Show your work. Hey, show your work on that. Diameter is just in it, because the formula is diameter times pi. Circumference is diameter times pi. So diameter is 12 feet. 12 there, yeah, 12 feet. Not much work to show there, is there? Alright, now we need to figure out what is the circumference of this circle. And it says write your answer using pi. It says don't bother mathing it out. Just write your answer using pi. And we need diameter times pi. So this is the diameter. We've got 4 here. And the other half is also going to be 4. What's 4 and 4? 8. Circumference is 8 times pi. Didn't even have to do the multiplication part. Isn't that nice? Number 9. The diameter of a gong is 20 inches. Find the approximate circumference. So when it says find the approximate circumference, that means actually do the math using 3.14. Then find the exact circumference. Well, the exact circumference is the easy part, because that's just exact circumference is 20 pi. That's the exact. Approximate circumference, that's the one we actually have to do the math for. We have to do circumference is diameter times pi. So I have to do that math. I'm going to do the math here. All the steps. 3.14 times 20. I like to put the longer number on top. Also, since this has a 0 here, I can just skip and put 0 for placeholder. Isn't that nice? 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. In my problem, there are 2 numbers behind a decimal. So in my product, there must be 2 numbers behind a decimal. So that's 62.8 inches. Yep, okay. That's it for me. You can do your green pages, and good luck.